western town lay asleep in the sun on a long summer's day. It was then almost done. The shadows stretched out, and the horses stood round resting one leg with their heads hanging down. Two cowpunchers down at the last champ saloon was trying to sing and was both out of tune. At the end of the street, it was dusty and narrow, scratching the dirt with some chickens and sparrows, and the dogs slept in the shade. And the people, they strolled like they felt plumb contented in body and soul. If you looked just a little ways off to the west, you could see the high mountains with snow on their crest and shadows of clouds drifting over the flats. Why, it sure made a right pretty picture at that. Till this old cowpuncher got ready to go. And he thought he ought to put on a big show, so he spurred and he hollered and he shot his 6 gun because he aimed to ride out on that horse at a run, but he didn't remember his cinches was slacked until after he got that old pony on track. Now that cow horse, he started to buck and to bawl. He got rid of that cowpuncher, saddle and all, and before the poor waddy got clean of that wreck, he was bit by 2 dogs, which he didn't expect. Now that cow horse, he bucked into a long hitching rack, where this team that was hitched to a wagon reared back, and they went off a dragging that old rattle trap, swinging the broke ends of 2 hitching straps. Well, a whole lot of people come from everywhere. The chickens and sparrows, they took to the air. The kids run for cover. The women all screamed, and them dogs was a-chasing that runaway team. Then some feller come out, like some fool always did, a-waving and yelling and flapping his lid. The team got too close, and the man lost his nerve. He got out of the way, but he made that team swerve, and they broke off a porch post in front of the store, and well, they busted a winder and several things more. Well, they was off of their feet when they finally got stopped, piled up in a heap with that wagon on top. Well, they were fast in the harness. One horse nearly strangled, but the crowd went to work, and they got him untangled, just as they was about ready to take him away. Well, the storekeeper come out with something to say. Now, the man's place had been wrecked, and what made it worse still was the man with the team owed the storeman a bill. Well, he told him he'd take it right out of his hide, and he sure wasn't bluffing because he got in and tried, but most of the citizens present there figured that storekeeper'd come off a mighty poor second. Then the town marshal come with his badge and his gun, just in time for a drink because the whole thing was done. And the sun soon went down, except a few golden streaks from the afterglow showed on the far distant peaks, and the kerosene lamps glowed a soft yellow light, where town folks was cooking their supper that night.
Get up and go and come straight back.
'Twas a real western night, with no fog and no haze, and stars hung in clusters so bright that they blazed. Some people, they gathered for casual talk. You could hear the slow footsteps along the boardwalk. There blew up a soft, gentle breeze from the west, and one after another the lights went to rest. The curtain of night settled quietly down on the best of all places, an old western town.